Right, so we're back for part 2. I mentioned about me and Billy, our friendship needs to be a lot sort of stronger bond, and something to do with chemistry is the energy host. I don't know how I did mention that in the first part, but energy host is such a big thing that we're struggling with. Whenever someone is waiting for a line, or they're getting a drink, and it's their line, no one's really saying anything. It's kind of sort of long pauses, and that's the worst thing to do, because we want to take our audience on a journey. We want them to be invested in our characters and what's going on throughout the whole entire piece. And as soon as that energy just dips, our audience are just gonna not care about it anymore. Their brains are going to be switched off almost. And it just doesn't help us for characters, because then we don't really stay as the character for that long. We kind of sort of dip in, dip out, and that's not what we want to do. So we probably need to do that by either learning our lines, more. I need to learn my lines better. I've been kind of getting, I've been focusing a lot more on my monologue, my film, my devised monologue, all that, so my movement piece, and haven't really focused that much on my quadruplug, seeing as we haven't rehearsed that much, and that's personally my fault and my colleagues' fault for not organising anything sooner. I know it's hard due to COVID, but we could have done that. Another thing to mention is there's a part where I have to get Louise and hold her and grab her. All the touchy feely stuff actually that I have to do with both Cassia and Faye. It's quite awkward at the moment. Like we don't want it to be too staged to the point where our audience can guess that's been choreographed. It doesn't feel natural. We want it to make it feel natural, but at the moment it's still awkward or either too romantic. None of the characters, well, especially the young characters in Road, aren't romantic. They just want sex, really. Because Road's about sex, drinking, and fights and all that kind of sort of stuff. So we need to make it less romantic, almost, in a way. And I feel like once we get onto the actual Bond field stage, we'll be able to use everything to our advantage. Another thing is we need to trim it down. It's 6 minutes and 45 seconds, and I have a feeling Nige really wants to cut it down, and so do I to a certain extent. But hopefully we don't have to cut too many lines out, because then I don't want to lose the the emotional weight of it all. So yeah.